How's it going, everybody? This is Team Genius coming at you from upstate New York, Power of Sound out of Schenectady, New York. Just wanted to cover a couple things. Been having people state different things about mounting amps to boxes and stuff. So, with that being said, just gonna get right to it. And well, for starters, yes, my second. Hang on one moment. For starters, yes, my second lithium battery is up and running. So 112 hours of lithium Retro Series 50 Pros. Don't quote me on it, or don't hold me to it. You can go to Limitless Lithium and pull up the specs of the battery themselves. I believe each battery, it can handle up to 13,000 watts and 16,000 max, or I don't remember off the top of my head the exact numbers. But combined on a burp, I can handle over 30,000 watts daily. I can handle over 20,000. That's the specs. Those specs I do know. But anyhow, and I apologize for the traffic. If you guys hear it, I actually pulled off in different spots just for this do this video. But on the end of mounting amps to boxes, people saying you can't do it, bad, this and that. Yes, you can. You absolutely can mount an amp to a box if you do it properly. Anything can be done if it's done right. There's a right way and a wrong way. First things first, when you mount an amp to a box, you don't mount the amp directly to the box. The box is going to vibrate. In my case, yes, these are 2x4s. I cut them to the length of the box. Well, not really length of the box, but the width of the amp. And I've got two screws, one here, and on the bottom on each end. And here's where it comes into play of doing it right versus doing it wrong. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but right in between, you might be able to see it, there's actually 2-inch thick anti-vibration foam between the amp and the 2x4s. And what that does is when the subs hit, yes, the box vibrates. Okay, well, fine and dandy. With that being said, yes, the 2x4s do absorb some of the vibrations. Common sense, it's going to happen. It's physics. Then the vibrations, a ton of the vibrations is going to get ate up by the anti-vibration foam. The whole point behind it, it's meant to soak up vibrations. Now, I could hear some saying, have the amp too tight, this or that. No, it's not. Believe it or not, these screws just hold the amp in place, which I'll actually show you. I'll show you really quick. See how I'm moving the amp? The screws just hold it in place. That's it. This amp, in no form, I've already had the system cranked and put my hand on the amp. The amp takes 0 vibrations. And that's due to the 2x4 soaking up some of the vibration, as well as the added 2-inch thick anti-vibration foam soaking up the rest of it. And these screws just hold the amp in place. As you can see, the amp is floating, literally floating on the anti-vibration foam. Now, really quick before I end this video, not doing a walkthrough or nothing like that today, or turning it on today. It's just way too hot, and I've already been running the system for over an hour. Ran to the dealers, did some business, came back, and yeah. But neither here or there. The issue I was having with this battery is I was having both. Come on, focus. I was having both negatives on the one post, both positives on the one post. Now, what that was doing is that was causing the electrical, as in this battery, to struggle to charge that battery, and this battery struggling to take the charge, as well as struggling to discharge, because, well, had both lines, had all the power bunched up onto one post, and my voltage dipped down into 13.1, 13.2, which is resting voltage. How would I solve that? As you can see, I did my mini bus bars, and I actually spread it out just like I have on this end, and spreading out the cables, or spreading out the power evenly. Everything's there. Both batteries hooked up, running with no problems whatsoever. 112 hours of lithium, 12-volt base batteries, and yeah. So These two batteries, as well as my 370 under the hood, are handling the Teraamps Base 12K, as well as the Genius Audio Fox Series 1,800 watt 4-channel amp, which I have bridged down to 2 ohms. 2 ohms or 1 ohm. I'm pretty sure it's 2 ohms. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. Which I'll show you the amp really quick, the Fox Series amp really quick. And there it is right there, 1,800 watts. And you can actually pull these amps up on YouTube. These are actually underrated amps. They do more than a rated power. So for what they cost, it's a steal, and they get loud as hell. Now, as for my box, got that all fixed, got the port braced, 0 port noise, already been done, tested all this out. As for those talking about, well, this is for the people in the Facebook groups, as for those saying, build new box, this and that, that's the problem with people. That is why a lot are broke and can't afford better things, is they're so fast just to go out and buy new and just spend that money. You're never going to learn nothing that way at all. Ports, I'm not a stranger to. I know how to work ports. It's very easy. There's a few basic concepts to them, which I'm not really going to get into everything on it, because, well, it's not what this video is about. It was mainly about the amp and the battery. But I took and got new brackets in. Got new brackets for the port, which I'll show you those really quick. Got new brackets with the steel brackets, changed those all out, and resealed the box, resealed everything up, and as I said, 0 port noise. I widened up the port in the back so subs breathe better, and they hit a hell of a lot harder than they were before. So yes, the system is hitting much harder. But either way, as I was saying, for those who said about going out building another box, this and that, again, that's why you have no money and you can't get better stuff for the most part. Is how you're gonna learn how to do this stuff unless you start fixing stuff or changing things around. You're never gonna learn. Ports wise, that's probably one of the easiest things. On my end, if I want to drop my tuning, I will extend my port out. I don't want to drop my tuning. I don't want the windy setup like everybody and their uncle has. To me, my opinion, it's boring. But my port walls now are solid as a rock, resealed up. System hits absolutely beautiful. No, again, my apology, not going to turn the system on and run it. It's too hot out. The temperature's a little bit cooler tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And yeah, so that's pretty much that. 8 minutes in. This is Team Genius coming out of upstate New York. Power Sound out of Schenectady, New York. We're out. Bye.